Welcome everyone. In today's episode, we are going to talk about Tesla and why Tesla business is going to grow exponentially. We're not just talking about producing more cars, more efficient cars or cheaper models. We're talking about the models that Elon Musk has successfully implemented in many of his companies. For example, we have SpaceX. An unbelievable company. It's achieving milestones that no other company has been able to achieve. The concept is super simple. Create a rocket that you can reuse, just as a plane. So, while everyone else was saying to Musk, don't do it, it's too difficult, a lot of people are failing, he took the challenge, even knowingly that he might fail, and he still succeeded. What he did is he created the idea of Starlink. And of course, it's like connect the world. Nearly 3 million subscribers. Yes, you heard that right. SpaceX is now profitable, and actually the profits from the subscribers that are using Starlink's internet as a provider is bigger than the contracts from other governments and of course from NASA itself. Welcome, my friends, to the channel. You are watching the Better Future Project, where we are all about sharing positivity, knowledge, and having a good time together. So some of the most successful businesses around today are actually businesses that are producing very consistent cash flow. In order to do that and smooth the process of sales, different businesses have used different strategies and add some sort of subscriptions to their core business. And of course, many of them have been extremely, wildly successful. We can look into some of the first one, like Adobe. Adobe has created a subscription service and their stock shares just grew exponentially. The same thing we can see about Netflix. I guess you know what Netflix is. If you don't, it's just a platform for movies on demand. You sit down in front of your TV, your computer, your iPad, your phone, any place, anywhere. As long as you have a smart device and you've got internet, you can watch movies across the world. Yes, that's right. There are some countries that Netflix is still not allowed, but I guess this is just a matter of time. This company still continues to grow, which is amazing. They are already achieving some saturation in certain markets, like in America, but we can see that there are other markets that are just opening up. And this is fantastic news for people that want to invest in Netflix. Now, me as an investor and also as a person talking about Tesla as one of my favorite stocks, I also invest into companies that are paying dividends, and many of those companies are also subscription businesses. This includes Costco, for example, Microsoft. We can see how they can benefit out of this model, this type of model. This really smooths the income of these companies and allows them to grow, reinvest, and of course pay to the shareholders. This is fantastic. And Elon Musk knows how to use this really, really well. Other companies that we can look into are how they are performing and, of course, what kind of subscription businesses that they are in. It really varies from tech and software to just your food box. So, as we can see, the models are actually huge and they are very creative and they are very, very good. So, currently, we can see some of my stock portfolio, and we can see that we even have Intuit, which is basically a software accountancy one. They're doing really well. I'm going to share my portfolio with you in a second because it's now the beginning of May, so we need to make sure that we stay on top of that. And of course, look how the stocks and shares we've purchased are performing. Now, thanks to these subscription businesses, we can also see that other ways of bringing income are also possible. So let's look into Tesla business. Let's look into why this business is going to grow massively and why I'm so sure that Tesla in the long run are going to be one of the most valuable companies in the whole world. Okay, firstly, charging stations. Recently, Tesla has fired the entire team for expanding of the charging stations. Some of the reasons are hidden still. I guess we're going to find out why. But the charging stations are going to continue to grow. We know they're bringing a fantastic income, which is great. It's very, very good for Tesla and for us as users. Why? Because while the petrol and the oil and the diesel prices are going up and down and fluctuating from news around the world to performance from OPEC countries, we can see that the electricity is quite stable as price. But of course, if you're not Tesla owner, you can opt out and subscribe for Tesla services, which is basically the charging stations. You're paying slight amount of money. I think it varies between $10 and $50. It keeps changing. But once you pay that on a monthly basis, you actually can top up your car, can charge, I would say. You can charge your car at the same price like a Tesla owner. Now, is that something that Elon Musk wants to stop? Of course not. They will focus more onto the areas they already have, and they're going to build more charging stations into them, which will obviously continue the expansion of the charging stations that Tesla is having. The second thing that Tesla likes to do is it's close to subscription, but it's also more likely like a trading. So Tesla is having an electric division for producing electricity and the storage of it. So what they have done is they have created a software that creates on its own a entire virtual system of storage of electricity. So what this software does, and of course, is really helping to the grids across the world. Currently, we can see some fantastic mega project in Australia. Shout out to all Australians. Well done for actually accepting this kind of service. You're one of the first countries in the world that started to put this on massive scale. So good job, guys. Now we can see that Tesla, what are they doing? They are taking advantage of the night rate and they're buying electricity at a cheaper rate. And during the day, of course, they are selling that electricity back to the grid when the prices are slightly higher. And in the process, they are actually balancing the usage of the grid, which means the lights stay on. The next subscription part of the Tesla model will be, of course, they are cash on hand. What am I talking about? Because no one else is saying about it, but actually Tesla is approaching 27 billions in cash or cash equivalents. What does this mean? That Tesla has in their kind of storage or in their vault nearly 27 billions. So I have done a little calculation. Make sure you do your own, but on a simple 5%, Tesla is going per year, as an interest rate, Tesla is going to rank up the impressive just above 112 million every single month. Yes, you heard that right. Every month Tesla is getting passively from the services and cars that they have sold throughout the years, especially for the last couple of years. They have managed to save nearly 27 billions. And of course, this brings over 112 million in income every single month. I mean, it doesn't get much more passive than that. Of course, the numbers hopefully will grow up, and so it seems that they will. Which means Tesla will continue to expand their passive income in all shapes and forms. Okay, the next version of subscription business or kind of passive income of the resources that Tesla is having is the production of electricity. They install all these solar panels once, and then they are using this energy every single day to top up their trucks, their semis, their Cybertrucks, their vehicles, the worker vehicles, and of course other Teslas that are used into the factories. and the factories on their own as well, which means this kind of subscription for these panels, in order for them to be paid, are actually very beneficial because it's bringing all this clean energy that is used by Tesla in their day-to-day operations. So let's talk about the genie in the bottle, or the elephant into the glass room, FSDs, full self-driving. So we can see that the full self-driving is currently breaching out the borders of America, and Elon Musk revealed that it's imminent into Europe, and of course he had a little visit in China where he managed to meet Chinese officials. The government people are actually so happy with this type of software that it's insane to see the feedback we heard. Tesla FSD is like a human driver. It's working well on our streets. And in Europe, even though you have all these governments, they can't simply ignore the fact that more than 1.3 million people, unfortunately, get seriously injured, or, of course, they get killed on the road because of traffic accidents. If FSD can at least reduce this on half, or perhaps even end it completely, of course, every single government would like to take that technology and, of course, apply it. But Tesla can make this on subscription levels in couple of actually levels. So FSD can be obviously given to Tesla owners. That is one way of subscription business for FSD software. Another one is basically licensing the software to a different company. So what does this mean is there will be some companies outside of US, of course, maybe in US as well, that are going to take this software and apply it to their vehicles. So, of course, they can achieve the same level of saving lives and preventing accidents on the roads at all times. This is amazing, because I believe that this software, we're going to hear a lot more about it, and I believe that this software is going to change the world and how we transport services, goods, people, anything and everything from point A to point B. Another way of FSD to bring in money as a subscription is basically run this software and run your own fleet, just like Uber. So it is called Tesla Taxi as a service, and it seems that it is coming. Tesla is already working on to the app, and as soon as the app is ready, there will be some tests and trials, and I guess you guys are going to hear more about it from me or other providers on 8th of August, as soon as actually Elon Musk comes out onto the TV or some sort of meeting. Perhaps he's going to kind of make this grand unveiling of FSD and the next steps until we see full self-driving cars. So that's it, folks. If you are happy to invest into the future of great companies, make sure that you do your homework and like something about those businesses. I personally really like businesses that are on a subscription basis, or at least they are on some sort of a service basis with residual income. So you guys make sure that you do your homework if you want to invest, because if you do, then I'm sure you're going to be happy with the results, if of course you're right. If you like my content, make sure that you like and subscribe to that video and to my channel. Of course, click the notification bells so you never miss another video. I look forward to see you into the next one.